What's up, guys? Coach Nate. Today we're going to be talking about 5 quotes to prevent burnout, frustration, and quitting on your fitness journey. I'm going to go ahead and share the quotes. I'll break down each one and I'll send you on your way. Number 1, only compare you today with you yesterday. Number 2, do the best you can with what you've got. Number 3, never quit and never give up. Number 4, when you fall off the plan, just get back on track at your next meal, workout, etc. And number 5, getting there will be difficult. It will also be worth it. Your future self will thank you. I want to break down each of these quotes. These are quotes that I frequently, dozens, maybe hundreds of times have shared with clients as they're, maybe working through a frustrating season on your fitness journey. And if you've never had a frustrating season on your fitness journey, either you're the luckiest person on the face of the planet or you just haven't been at this very long. So just like anything in life worth pursuing, there are ups and downs. But if you keep at it, you're going to keep trending upward and you will get there and it will be worth it. More on that in a minute. But number 1, only compare you today versus you yesterday. As they say, comparison is the thief of all joy. As soon as you start comparing yourself to somebody else, they grew up with a different story, different genetics. You don't know what they've been through to get to where they are today. Maybe they've had it much harder. Maybe they've already put in a decade worth of work. Who knows? Who knows why that person next to you is making progress? And the reality is, maybe it's because they've done a bunch of work. Maybe they just got lucky. Maybe they have better genetics. But everyone is different, and it does you no good to compare yourself to other people. I used to get super frustrated because if I'm being honest, I am on the lower end of the spectrum in terms of men and their responsiveness to building muscle and strength. I've been working out for years, and I'd go get a buddy to come in, and 6 months later, he's bench pressing more than me, and I'm like, bro, I love having you in the gym, but come on, like you're already stronger than me. This is terrible. But here's the thing, I actually think it's a blessing because I had to work and fight and scratch and claw for every ounce of progress that I've made, and that has then enabled me to go and teach. I can help the person with the great genetics. The programs are only going to work even better for them, but the person who struggles, I can help that person as well. So you never know, there's probably a blessing in your struggle. There's certainly character development, I'll tell you that, but there may be a greater purpose as well. So sitting around, if I had just gotten frustrated, well, I did get a little frustrated, but if I had just gotten frustrated, if I had quit, that would have done me no good. That would have done me no good to just sit there and compare myself to my friends. Don't do that. And certainly don't compare yourself to people on social media where they've got filters. The best of the best are going to rise to the top of the algorithm. You don't know. You don't know what their life looks like, okay? So, and even if they have something that you want, it does you no good. So stop comparing yourself to the person next to you and start comparing yourself to the person in the mirror, okay? Grow and get better. Become a better version of you. Don't try to become somebody else. Number 2, do the best you can with what you have. Guys, this is so important. Fitness, people are all or none. I've heard a couple examples. With fitness, it's like you fall off the wagon. You should just get back on the wagon at your next meal, your next workout. More on that in a second. But what most people do, what a lot of people do, let me not say most, maybe most though. What a lot of people do is they miss a workout and then they miss the next 3 because they're just like, oh, what's the point? It's like if you have one flat tire, you're like, super frustrating. Let me go and pop the next 3. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not calling you stupid. I've been there and I've done it myself. We humans can be very emotional and irrational at times. And when it comes to fitness, that is an area where our irrationality just shines through like the morning dawn. All right, it's crazy how crazy that we can be. But guys, you would never do that with your job, with your spouse, with your kids. At least I hope not. You don't have a bad day on Monday and you're like, all right, boss, I quit. I'm not doing any work the rest of the week because I had a bad Monday, so I'm just done. No, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't. Maybe you get frustrated. Maybe you get frustrated with your spouse, with your kids, and you shouldn't have, and you're out of line. But instead of apologizing and moving on and just doing better the next time, you're just like, all right, I was a jerk today, I'm going to be a jerk the next 3 days. It doesn't make sense. You show up and you do the best you can with what you have, and not just day to day, but in seasons. Guys, there are going to be seasons where things are really good, and part of this, do the best you can with what you have. It is I say this for two reasons. Number one, it's to show you grace during difficult seasons. Sometimes the best that you can do is literally minimizing the amount of progress you're losing because you have so much going on in your life. Maybe you have death in the family. Maybe you've got a transition of your job. Maybe you're dealing with kids, have something going on. Whatever it is, you might go through difficult seasons where all you can do is try to hold on to what you have, all right? And you feel like you're putting forth 30%, 40% effort. If that's what you can dedicate, great. That's so much better than doing nothing, okay? I've been there myself. It's to show you grace during those seasons, but it's also to encourage you. Guys, when times are good, when the wave's coming down and you're on the wave at the perfect time, ride the wave. If the season is good, get after it. Get after your training. Get after your nutrition. Go for your walks. Do everything right. Dial it in so you can make some great progress. So you need to stay committed to your goals. But the way that you approach the work is different based on the season you're in. Recognize the season. Because if you're like, I expect myself to be perfect when life is going horribly wrong, you're just going to get frustrated, you're going to burn out, and you're going to quit. All right? At the same time, like this all or none mentality, like if you try to be all in on seasons where you can't really be all in, then by the time a good season rolls around, you're so burnt out, you don't take advantage of it. So guys, ride the wave. When times are good, get after it. And when times are bad, just do the best you can with what you have. And it may not feel like it in the moment, but as you're trying in those difficult seasons, you're trying to do good, you're trying to do the best that you can, and you're maintaining, maybe you're making a little bit of progress, maybe in the worst seasons of all, you're actually going backwards, but you're trying. That is developing you. You are becoming the type of person that will be lean, strong, and healthy because it's who you are. It's your identity. So lean into that. I love the proverb that says, in all labor, there is profit. I've heard someone say it another way, which is all work works. So if you don't see the fruit of your labor, you can know that it is working on you and you're becoming better, so that when that good season rolls around, when that next good season comes around, you're even better, even more prepared to get great results. So do the best you can with what you've got. You got this. All right, number 3, never quit, never give up. Just like this, do the best you can with what you've got. Unless you're dead, in which case you're probably not watching this video, and if you are, well, this is weird, all right? But unless you're dead, you have something to give. You can do 5 reps of bodyweight squats. You can drop and give me 10. You can drop and do some push-ups on the floor, okay? You can do some crunches. You can go for a walk. You can eat some veggies at your next meal. Make sure you get a little protein. No matter what you're going through, you can give some. And guys, just because a season is hard, you have to remember too, yes, maybe going to the gym 4 days a week for 45 minutes and training crazy hard and trying to lose fat at the same time in a calorie deficit, and okay, maybe that's a difficult time, is not time for that, but you do have to remember that fitness, that eating well is actually good for reducing stress. So in a difficult time, you do want to prioritize to some level your health and fitness because it will make going through that time much easier, all right? So never quit, never give up. Just like with your spouse, just like with your kids, you're not going to just walk out on your kids because you go through a rough season. You're going to stay there because you're committed to them. Do the same with your health and fitness. You are worth investing in, okay? Number 4, when you fall off the plan, just get back on track at your next meal, next workout, etc. I don't care if you've been off the plan, off the wagon for an hour, for a day, for a week, for a year, for a decade, for 3 decades. It doesn't matter. Just make a decision to get back on the wagon, all right? Let the past be the past. It's gone. It's gone. There's nothing you can do to change it, but you can change what you do today. Don't worry about the future. Just take care of what you can do today. Our first core value is faith. Part of that is being a faithful steward with who and what is in front of you. So look, if you have the opportunity today to take one step with your eating, with your walking, with your training, to move in the right direction, do it. What are you waiting for, okay? Just get back on track. The best way, there's nothing you can do. If you go crazy and you have pizza and beer and ice cream, you just go hog wild one weekend. Okay, there's nothing you can do to change that. It's gone, all right? Hopefully you enjoyed it. But now just get back on track. Don't let one bad meal turn into 10 bad meals. Don't let one bad week of training turn into 10 bad weeks of training. Don't let, even a really difficult year turn into a decade of not making progress, all right? Never quit, never give up. And the way you do that is by taking the next right step. And look, you and I, we're human. That means we are imperfect. You are gonna mess up. You're not gonna be perfect. You are not a robot, all right? So you just gotta just do the next right step. Take the next right step. And number 5, getting there, whatever the destination is for you. It's cheesy. It really is about the journey and not the destination. But we all want to be lean, strong, and healthy. We want to look good. We want to feel good. We want to perform well and be healthy so we can do the things we love with the people we love. Those are great goals. All right? Getting to that destination will almost certainly, if it's not lucky you, will almost certainly be very difficult. And it will not be linear. And what maybe in theory should have taken you 3 months, 6 months, 12 months might take you 2 years. 3 years, 5 years, but it will also be worth it. Your future self will thank you. I tell people all the time, let's think long term. Let's say you're 65 years old, all right? You might live 2, 3 more decades, maybe more. And so whether it takes you 5 months or worst case scenario, it shouldn't, not if you're working with us, but 5 months or 5 years, it doesn't matter. You have so many years left. And then if you start looking at that when you're 50, when you're 40, when you're 30, it doesn't matter if it takes 2 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. In the grand scheme of your life, it's not much time. So just commit to getting there. Don't say I want, say I will. I will get there. I will get lean. I will get strong. I will get healthy so I can do the things I love with the people I love, no matter what, no matter how hard it is, no matter how long it takes. Because once you get there, you will be able to maintain that much easier. Maintenance is much easier than getting there. So take the journey. Commit to taking the journey. And not just commit to taking the journey, but commit to the destination. You don't know what the road's going to look like, and I don't either. Everybody's road, everybody's path in fitness and every other area of life is very different. But I promise you it's going to be difficult. But I also promise you that once you get there, all the pain, all the difficulty, all of the process, it's like the future fixes the past. It will all be worth it. And you'll be so thankful that you made the decision a year, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it is in the past. You'll be thankful that you made that decision. Your future self will thank you. So if you want to prevent burnout, frustrations, and quitting on your fitness journey, only compare you today versus you yesterday. Do the best you can with what you've got. Never quit, never give up. And the way that you do that is when you fall off the plan, get back on track at your next meal, next workout, etc. And last but not least, getting there will be very difficult, but it will be so, so worth it.